All right, get onto yours. So we're doing something a little different here today. Doing go live. So uh, we're in the garage where the 350 SL is, and old Jose, he's the body man of the hour.
Oh
He
yeah.
found some more rust that had been repaired in the past, so he's actually doing a little bit of some putting in some sheet metal and getting it welded in. So what we're going to do, if you all have any questions, put them down there. I've got my daughter Madison, who's behind the camera, uh, who will work any of the comments or questions. But I'm gonna let old Yui Jose here uh, do his thing, and the video will go live, and it'll stay live, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. So while he's doing his thing, uh, let's turn the camera back here a little bit more, and we'll kind of get down right down in there where he's at, and this is obviously being recorded as well. But over on the driver's side there is a piece that was apparently, I don't know if y'all remember from this car, the inside trunk panel was rusted out. Well, didn't know until we started sanding and grinding that this corner was also rusted. So he's actually putting in a piece of sheet metal and has learned that there's some copper. So they must have used some sort of copper filler um, back in the day on that. So it's making it a little hotter than what he'd like. But by the time this is all done, you won't know it's there. Only I will know it, and you viewers would know it. But uh, we'll have that nice curve back into the car. So, I'm going to take the camera. I'm going to go around into the garage, and while he's doing that, and kind of show you the progress we've made here on the trunk lid. And from the last video, this has been kind of a hot mess, where this side right here was, well, it was a lot thinner. So now I've got this area right here. I've got it sanded down, and I'm using 120. And I really could have used maybe a 1 or an 80 grit to go a little faster, but I selected 120 just to make sure I stay even.
We have someone that says hello.
Hello, thanks for joining Jeff's Cars and Garage. Uh, and so, this is going to be, this is a mess. And if y'all remember from the previous videos that this here's the original white. Then they coated it again with, a red, a little brighter red, kind of like the 300 SL that's in the bay next door. And then they primed it, and then put the last coat of red, which was really poorly shot. And this is the one where, over here on the trunk area, I don't know if you can see the line back there, but that's the differentiation line between the original red and then the top coat of red. So they didn't even take the hard top off to paint the car, which, by the way, there's the hard top. We dug it out. It was sitting over there, and now it's out. We've dug it out to, I may sand on it, or I may take it to a body shop. Part of the reason is this is going to require, a really nice job of taking this trim molding off, and I don't want to damage it. I'm not a professional at this thing, and so maybe having a body shop take it off and put it back on as they paint it. That's actually an idea. So I'm gonna put the camera back here, and let's see what he's done here. See what he's got going on. And you know, if you're sensitive, I mean, we got the welder going, so if you're sensitive to it, you might want to close your eyes, but I think we're far enough back, and the camera's probably going to, you know, probably filter out some of that. So, just another thing that's going on. I've got that 300 SE that still is a problematic child. It, unfortunately, right now, it's if I go and start it, it is just starving for fuel. It's just not getting enough fuel. And so we went and looked for the tank filter screen on that, and well, we got to take the tank out, and the tank is in the back seat of the it's behind the back seat of the car. So while I have the part, I'm waiting to decide whether I think what I'm going to do is order. I think what I'm going to do is order another fuel pump, because I just don't believe that I'm getting enough fuel through it. The tank filter screen, while it could be bad, and on the 280 SEL, that was a 72. That's an 89. You know, I don't know. And so doing the filters, taking the fuel tank out, taking all the back seat and everything out, that's a little bit of work. So really, I want to get this car ready to paint, because, you know, I don't know if you caught in the last video, or one of the last videos, tax day, April 15th. That's the deadline on this car. So got a lot of work to do. And, you know, I want to get down. I don't want to get all the way down on the get down to the metal, but although some areas it's happening anyway, just because of the thickness of the paint as it was painted. So, put your thoughts, and, you know, comment down below, and if you got any questions, certainly throw them out there. I've got somebody watching to, you know, read me the questions y'all might have, and we're just going to keep right on going here while he keeps welding that little piece. And then he had said something about doing a little cut at the curve and then folding one up. He's more of an expert at the metal than I am. I mean, it was filled with, you know, it had some body filler in there, and, well, it's not the right thing to do. So while we're live, we can look at the rest of the inventory. Let's see, does it show how many we got watching?
This one's more updated as it's currently.
Oh, we got 3 thumbs up, and okay, well.
It's been fluctuating.
Yeah, well, good. I appreciate everybody watching, and if you want to, I've got a series of videos, especially on this car right here, where it came home. It's in the, if you go to the, what is that? Man, what is that? I guess it's the phases or something. I've got 3 different projects going. I've got the GL 350, which I don't have a drive. I mean, I've got the drive video where I'm driving it, but as Yui had brought to my attention, we don't have one, you know, where, you know, we've taken, you know, other cars around the block. This one's been around the block once we got it running. The 280 SEL's been around the block. Don't have one with the GL. Have one with the diesel, the 300 SD, because it's a short where you drove it. Mm-hmm. And so that's actually a cool video. But somebody got me for Christmas. My brother-in-law got me for Christmas a drone. And so
maybe more driving videos to come.
So now, yeah. So when it. I can't figure it out, but these guys, you know, the younger generation.
I find that thing scary, so get it away.
Well, he's actually had it out, and it does produce some pretty good videos. So it would be a good one to do, you know, going over the top of a convertible car while it's being driven.
He can operate that, not me.
Okay, he can do it. Well,
Jose can do it. He can do anything.
Meanwhile, as he's sitting there, you know, just soaking up all the welding fumes there. But let's take the camera and let's kind of go and look at the other inventory real quick. So we have the GL350. That's the diesel, the one that was problematic. Go back to the other videos. In fact, I still get a lot of comments regarding this because of the clattering noise that was originally.
This is the going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
Oh yeah, that there. If you didn't catch that short, that was in a short a couple weeks ago. But that car, you know, my wife likes driving it, and quite frankly, it is comfortable. That is the S class of the SUVs.
Great road trip.
It is a road trip family vehicle, absolutely. And then over here in tucked way over there, I'm going to put the camera up here, and there's the 300 SD. You know, just sitting out there. It also needs a paint job on the top surfaces. And then under the cover right here is the 560 SEL. And man, I'd like to get it out and drive it, but you know, it's going to stay undercover until got a little bit more sunshine. And then inside that garage there, we have the 280 SEL. Now it runs and it drives. Waiting on some parts from Europe. I need to have a bolt, or excuse me, nuts. They call them cage nuts to hold the driver's seat down. I can find them in the United States, not the one that hits the seat size. So there's kind of a parts place in Germany. Mueller, I think is what it is. I found it on a website, and he's has them. So I'll be ordering it from him. Here lies the 300 SL. And one thing I haven't done with this car is I haven't put it on a battery maintainer. And because the 300 SE right out in front of it is kind of a hard starting vehicle. This one here, well, the other one is just no fuel. So this one here, I've just left it, and I haven't started it all winter, so shame on me. But
Tisk.
yeah, I know, bad. I'm bad.
Bad Mercedes guy.
I know, bad Mercedes guy. But you know, when I started this channel, well, when I started the channel with a friend of mine, originally, not this one, but we started out as the idiot Mercedes guys.
Idiot car guys.
No, we started Idiot Mercedes Guys. The very first video was Idiot Mercedes Guys, and decided to change it to Idiot Car Guys. And well, I think I still hold the record of being the ultimate idiot car guy. So, well, let's see how he's doing here on the welding side of things. So, any questions, folks? I mean, you've seen the Jeff's Cars and Garage fleet, almost all of them. I didn't go into the where the 280 SEL is, but that's what we got. How's it going there, Jose?
Oh, she still needs a lot of love.
Still needs a lot of love.
Yeah, there's a lot more rust than I anticipated.
Oh, really?
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, the more I weld onto it, the more it starts getting metal. Well, the rusted.
Oh, so it keeps getting brittle.
Yeah. So I gotta cut at least another 1/4 inch just to get straight into the metal without blowing any holes,
Okay.
which is an easy fix.
So he says.
So you say. Well, you're the sheet metal guy, the welder guy. You know, it's just
It's in my blood.
it's in your blood. Was there a bolt or something there?
There's a ground wire here for this harness.
Oh.
I don't want to melt that wire away for you.
Well.
It's just whoever did this repair, they just did a very nasty job with it. Especially when,
Bondo was their friend.
yeah, I guess their Bondo was their best friend.
Well, and apparently Earl Scheib was the best friend for the second, the top red coat too, because it's probably the nastiest paint job I've ever seen. And folks, I tell you what, that is, if you want to swing the camera around, I mean, this is horrible here.
It's
where
poor quality there.
it really was. I mean, I take off more material here than I did up here, and I had to put more effort up here. So now that I'm past the top coat, and they primered over the top coat, so they must have just scuffed and sealed it, which I don't know why they didn't do it from the original coat to the first red. It doesn't make any sense. They should have sealed it. So now what we've got to do is I'm going to get down as far as we can. I mean, we don't have to go all the way down to metal. But then I'll shoot with some primer sealer and then come back over it and even it out with 400 grit before we lay a color coat on. So, but as you can see, are you going to run the welder yet?
Yeah, I'm done with the welder.
Okay, so I'm going to run the sander here. Just kind of show you how easy this material is coming off right here on the edge. It's not taking hardly any effort whatsoever. But the idea is to get the top red coat completely gone, because that one is the one that's the most uneven. The next red coat, as explained in other videos, this red coat, they stripped the car down inside the door jambs, and in fact, let me open the door here. I put the tonneau cover on to help minimize the dust, but
Maybe.
Oh, did I get it? Oh yeah, I need to screw this back down because that's what's holding it up. But as you see, you can see white flakes. So now they just lightly shot over this. And so we're going to do the same thing, going back to white. Sand this down just enough that the paint will stick. Then we got to get into the door jambs, and he and I talked about actually taking the doors off. And while I would like to get down inside there, I think I'm going to let it be and try and shoot it with an air brush just to get it to stick. I'm going to have to. That's going to be a lot of detail on the sanding, but yeah, what a mess. A lot of red that needs to be covered back up with the original white.
So tell your viewers, do you think you will have this done by tax day?
Well,
At the rate you're going right now.
at the rate we're going right now, by April 15th,
Who knows? Maybe.
what did you say?
I said, who knows? Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe. He says, who knows? Maybe.
I may feel a little skeptical on this.
Well, there is a car show in May I'd like to put this in. So the answer would be, let's see, we're in February, so that's March and April. So yes, we're talking, that's 2 months. That's
Hey.
gonna, yikes, yes. And-
Yoinks!
Uh,
I don't think so.
yeah, we got a lot of sanding to do. So, old Jeff here may go to the store and get some 80 grit and keep rocking and rolling. But I do think I may empower a body shop if I order all the paint. And again, that's a controversy as well. Is to go water soluble or what's the other? The non-water soluble, the chemical soluble, paint reducers and things like that. Most of the body shops are using the water soluble, and I've never shot that. So, it's one of those things I don't know if this is the car I want to try it on. But I was thinking about, again, as mentioned earlier, taking the hard top and maybe even the trunk lid to a body shop and say, hey, paint these 2 items and see how it turns out. And then, Yui and I and Josh, or we'll all figure it out. But we don't have quite the pristine environment. But one of the things that old Jose over here mentioned was, let's get a tarp and put it down. When we're done, roll the car out, sprinkle water down on the floor, and then put a tarp down and roll the car back over, which will help minimize bringing the dust up, out of my gravel floor garage. So, this is one of those garages that, folks, this I'd like to have better, but hey, working guy, this is what we got, and this is what we got to work with. And I painted one car in here before, and it didn't turn out too bad. I attempted on the hood of the 300 SD, which was just, your paint job is only as good as the preparation. So we've got a lot of preparation to do on this car to get it to that level. So, folks, do we have any comments or anything coming in?
Not right now.
All right. Well, we're about 30 minutes in. Is that about right?
23.
23 minutes. Okay, we'll go another 2 minutes. We'll make it a 25-minute live video because you know what? I'm not going to get much done if I'm not sanding on the car. And
he can't talk to you guys with the loud noise of the sander.
well, there you go. See, the loud noise of the sander, and what are you doing now? I have to fix that welder again.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Jose.
No, man, because it got too hot.
No, it's a little flimsy on the feeder here.
Well, it is a cheap welder. I mean, I didn't
There
buy
we go.
pristine stuff.
No, but it does do the job.
Okay, well, this is a working man's welder. Not like I'm wealthy or anything. I just happen to have a lot of Mercedes that pretty much just sit here and don't get driven. Well, the 560 does get driven, but this is Mama's car, and now while Mama doesn't like white, I think she'll like this because it's not really a true white.
It's like a cream white,
Yeah,
almost.
we'll call it and I called it before, a ceiling white.
There you go.
So, but folks, appreciate you watching watching my live feed. Got a lot of work to do.
Let him know if you want him to do this more often.
Yeah, hey, put your comments down below if you want to do live.
Give us some ideas on what you want us to do.
Yeah, and by the way, give me ideas, and well, you can. There you go, Madison. See, you're the person behind the camera. You can make the suggestions.
Who says you're going to listen to me?
Huh?
Who says you're gonna listen to me?
Well, you know I might.
I'm just the camera person.
You're the camera person, but you're also a little more creative than I am.
It's like you said, this new generation is really good on being crafty.
Exactly. You know, you guys are creative, and I'm just an old fart that learned stuff and the hard way, and
An old fart that likes cars.
an old fart that likes cars. It just happens to be mainly one brand, a Mercedes Benz. That's not all bad though, is it?
No, it really isn't. Well, older models, they're actually better to work on compared to your newer models where they have all this insane,
Electronic
stupid, high-tech stuff that, me personally, I don't find it amusing or even resourceful.
Well,
I mean, it can be resourceful for others, but for me, no.
yeah, there's
I mean,
no check
why do
engine
I
light.
need a big screen in the center console where I can touchscreen everything, when back in the day, everything was a dial.
Twisted a screw to adjust this or adjust that. There's no check engine light, folks, on this car.
Yep.
You have to, when he was messing with getting the engine and going, it was trial by error. Well, we put in that fuel pump.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. Long story short, folks, we thought, oh, we'll go get a temporary fuel pump, from, what was it, O'Reilly's or something.
And don't get me wrong, it was supposedly a GM product.
Yeah, supposedly,
Supposedly.
But we put it on there. The car would start and run for, a few minutes, or a few seconds, and then shut off. Prime the pump, start and run. Figured out that, we needed 42 pounds of pressure to the injection system, and that cheap old Edelbrock fuel pump didn't get it done. So
No, it did not.
we learned our lesson there, but there was also money spent that probably shouldn't have spent. But that's why I call me the idiot. I'm the ultimate idiot car guy. So, folks, there you go. Again, appreciate you watching. Put comments down below. Hit subscribe. If there's anything you'd like for us to do. Are we going to do a video of painting the car? I don't know. We haven't got that far yet.
It'd be cool though.
It would be cool, but then the problem is the dust. The paint. The overspray. Probably ruin my camera.
Well, they got lens covers for that.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
But that would be a long video if we went start to finish.
You can do it in parts.
Well, we could, but the problem is when we get going, we're gunning, and then we come back, let it dry, and then hit a second coat, let it dry. We're talking 3 hours of time, by the time you start and go. Now, having to paint some of the parts in advance, like door jambs and up under the front and things like that, okay, that'll help speed up the time, but you start shooting this, and then how long after your color coat that you have till you put clear coat on? Pretty much 2 hours.
Roughly.
And so then we've got to do a wet sand in between to catch any high spots. So we're talking a day, a full day. We're talking starting early in the morning, and we got to have the temperature just right. So if we're at the first part of April, if we're not hitting 70 degrees, by midday, that paint job's not going to turn out very good. So
that nozzle tip's going to have a problem. The paint's not going to sit well. There's just so many factors that come into play when you deal with paint.
yeah, and so that's why we think that, that's why we're thinking about the first part of April is if we could get it prepped, ready to go, primed and, put primer sealer on it. That way it's ready to be painted right around the 1st of April. That way we can start putting pieces back together. The tail lights, I've already rebuilt those. I did do a video on that, taking them apart and putting the new rubber around it. We'll have on order the rubber that goes around here. I have in my cart the rubber that goes around the doors. I haven't ordered that yet. I really need to do this rubber, but I don't want to take it out of here, so this is probably going to be one area that I'm going to tape off. So just because the top, the rubber for the top is bad, so I've got to get. I got one of those in my cart. Just a lot of parts and pieces that still got to do. So, folks, there you go. I rambled on and on and on. Appreciate you watching. Throw some comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Share with your friends and all that good, happy stuff. Thanks for watching Jeff's Cars at Garage, and you have a great day.
I had to